If you find yourself struggling from letting go from certain situations, this video may be for you. If you find yourself constantly thinking about this other person, this person that you've had in your life who is no longer there, and it may be a person that you genuinely care for, a friend, a loved one, or a person that you were in a committed relationship with. A lot of people, a lot of us, are dealing with issues such as attachment and letting people go. We must love someone enough to allow them to explore life the way that they see fit. You cannot force anyone of this world to give you the things that you desire most in life. Because when you come to another person with this expectation, you're expecting this person to be exactly what you see as your checklist of a type of person that they should behave as. The only thing in life that you should look forward to when it comes to another person is treating them the way that you want to be treated. And if you see that they are not treating you the way that you want to be treated, you must know that this is how this person is. And you must accept them for who they are and how they are. If they want to change and if they want to bring themselves up to your level, you can allow them space and time to do such without trying to control them. Controlling people will be the utmost downfall for you when it comes to building relationships with any type of people. We always expect people to behave the way that we do. Even if you are the most kindest, nicest person, it is okay that these people do not see that yet. It takes time for people to realize the way that they want to be treated or the way that they should be treated all comes from self-reflection. People who do not love themselves abundantly cannot love you abundantly. You cannot expect people who do not know who they are to treat you as such because they don't even know themselves who they are. And granted, we may not know who we are, what our purpose is, or where we must go for a very long time. Some people get extremely lost, not knowing which way to turn, which route to take. And granted, I myself have been down this path, and I've been this way since I was in college. And believe it or not, that struggle, that journey, that chapter in my life has made me much stronger as a person had I not gone through that opportunity. And given that me going to college, that experience, I'm not talking about the college life experience, parties and whatnot, but just personal development. My character has definitely changed. I have a new I have a new outlook on life and cherishing moments and experiences that I make with other people. You can allow yourself to love the memories and love the person, but at a distance. You do not always have to be in front of someone's face, right there in connection, in direct contact with people that you have these feelings for. You must allow yourself to feel through each emotion that you are feeling because feelings do fluctuate. Feelings are something that we use that aligns ourselves into our thoughts, our desires, our drives, and passion. And when you allow your feelings to constantly go through a negative cycle, your feelings will dictate your actions, and your actions will never improve if you allow your feelings to constantly win you over. Feeling your feelings is perfectly fine, but allowing them to take control is what I am speaking on. A lot of times, being numb is not the solution either. So when it comes to feelings, and whatever feeling it is, anger, greed, lust, all of these things, you must figure out a way to conquer them, to get through them, not get over them. Because getting over them, you may suppress them. We do not want any suppression. We want to get to a place to where we allow ourselves to truly feel everything, not to in its entirety to where you're just like overloaded and blasted, but just allow yourselves to go through each individual feeling and find the root meaning behind it. Find the reason why you are feeling the specific way you are feeling and improve from that point. I can say personally for me, I have been feeling drastically down. We'll say as if there are a ton of bricks on my body. I have been feeling heavy. I have been feeling pretty, not doubtful, but just running away from what I desire to do. And without me putting forth action, putting forth the energy towards what it is that I want to create, there will be nothing more to come from it with me just laying around and allowing this feeling to succumbing to this feeling and allowing it to take me to a place where I'm just stagnant, to where I'm just not allowing to progress as a person. And once I realized that I was in that state, I took it upon myself to really, truly pivot, change myself. I have been going to the gym nonstop, and we're not going to talk about how frequently. I'm not going to disclose that, but that is something in a way that helps me regulate my emotions. So you must find something within yourself, and how would you regulate your emotions? You may regulate your emotions through playing video games, and that can go down a rabbit hole of becoming an addiction and a way to cope. However, if it is a release for you, play those video games. Get that release, get that feeling, to get that anger out, get that emotion that you're feeling out of your system. You want to go through these emotions. If you read a book, if you're a person that likes to read and you feel happiness from that, you get a release from that, and it brings you out of depressive states or states that are bringing you down, states that do not allow you to progress in life, then do those things. Ride a bike, go running, literally do anything that you find happiness from. And if it is hard for you to find happiness and it's hard for you to do these tasks, start off slow. Start off envisioning yourself in these states. It is all a mindset type of thing. And you think about all of these things. You think, therefore you are. And the way that you think can hinder yourself. It can take you to a place where you're either putting forth the energy or you're not. And simply, there may be an in-between, but most of the time, we are on either side of the spectrum. And the spectrum that I was on was the side that I was doing absolutely nothing to help improve myself. And it takes a certain level of cognitive realization that this is something that you are doing. This is something that you are staying stuck in. You want to bring yourself out of these states because only you can save yourself. You can turn to other people for aid, but the only person that can truly solidify that change is yourself. And that shouldn't mean that, oh, you must isolate and do everything for yourself, by yourself, alone, lone wolf style. I like to talk about lone wolves because a lot of times I resonate with a wolf. But being by yourself, predominantly through everything, can also tarnish and mess you up mentally. You do not want to isolate yourself when you are feeling something that you cannot escape. Speak up and know that you will never, ever stay down unless you allow yourself to stay on the ground. You must pick yourself up. You must go through each and every day, one step at a time, 1 hour at a time. You don't have to think about the future, where you are a year, 10 years from now. The future doesn't exist, so you really shouldn't put too much energy into harping over what is non-existent. You have today. Realize you yourself are enough in this given moment, and realizing and recognizing is the first step to anything. Once you realize, you will figure out things that you need to do, how to improve, and work on that. You don't have to be perfect at it, but just know, put in the effort behind it is enough.